of every 33 men who are cis are predators. So you got a church with 60 men in it. You're looking at a minimum of 2 predators for every 60 people. For every 60 men, there's 2 predators. And when you're not taught anything as a child about grooming, abuse, or where adults can touch and where they can't, you're not taught about consent, autonomy. I mean, what do parents expect to happen? My parents never taught me about consent, autonomy, where parents or where adults should touch or not touch. I grew up in a culture that I was basically my parents' suitcase. I was an extension of them, and if I wasn't exactly like them, they beat it out of me in some way or another. And churches move around predators to silence victims, to make terrible situations go away in the worst way possible. And they're creating a message and a platform that says, regardless of how badly you're treated or how badly you're harmed, nothing is worth making a white cis man's life worse than it is. I mean, you can't turn on the news without hearing some person in authority say that regardless of how a man treats a woman, we're not going to ruin his life. I mean, he had no problem ruining her life or their life, but I think in their minds, the worst thing that can happen is inconveniencing a white person in authority. And I've met a few people at my last church when I was a teen to early adulthood that had barely escaped a person in a position of authority harming kids. I mean, one of them was groomed, but luckily the mother removed them before anything happened. But this is the Baptist Church. I mean, you look at the denominations with the highest stats of CSA and SA. Catholic is number 1. Number 2 is Southern Baptist. Number 3 is United Methodist. I mean, these are the most well-known conservative, fundamentalist, Calvinistic branches of an authoritarian, patriarchal part of Christianity. And if you think it just happens in churches, don't be that naive. It happens everywhere. I mean, just recently in the news, I read about a friend of Trump who is a pastor of one of the leading, most influential churches. I think they call it a mega church. He was recently arrested for some of the worst acts imaginable. For those who know who I'm talking about the Texas mega church leader, Robert Preston Morris, who's 64 years old as of this year. He appeared in court recently in front of a Osage County District Judge Cindy Purcell. He was arrested for harming a child. I believe it was a very, very young teen girl back in the 1980s. And he was charged with several crimes I don't want to say here. But if you do a simple Google search, I'm sure you'll find the information. The child was around 12 years old, and it occurred until she was 16, approximately. Morris at that time, in December of 82, was a traveling evangelist visiting the family. Under a plea agreement, Morris received a 10-year suspended sentence with the first 6 months to be served at a jail nearby. He must register as an offender and will be supervised by Texas authorities through their laws. Morris was also ordered to pay his cost of incarceration, including any medical expenses and restitutions to the victim and the victim's family. Now, the Attorney General Drummond said there can be no tolerance for those who sexually prey on children. The perpetrator was a pastor who exploited the position